playoff game, going to Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, winning the MVP, Pro Bowl, you know, and then if you're a workout guy, if you do workout, you may have off-season conditioning, if you do 90% of the, give like 90% of the workouts, you get a bonus, if you negotiate that in. Those are all negotiated.
And does that count against the cap?
All count. Well, I believe, because I think what they do is, I think when they, for the cap purposes, they look at those incentives and they try to determine which of those incentives are reachable, right? In other words, if I go in my contract and I'm on the, who was the worst team in the league this year? Who's picking first? Cardinals. And I said, you know, I want a $50,000 bonus when we go to the Super Bowl. I go, fine, no, who cares? We ain't going to the Super Bowl anyway. So there's you know, so if there are those kind of incentives, and the league looks at it and I ain't gonna go to the Super Bowl, that doesn't count against, you know, it's attainable incentives count for the salary.
Great question. I mean, that's gotta be hard to judge.
Well, I'll tell you another funny thing about the salary cap. It was a couple years ago when Mr. Ross had just bought the team, and the Dolphins were going up to play the Jets, and he wanted the team to come up. Usually you travel on a Saturday for a Sunday game. He wanted the team to come up Friday because he wanted to take the whole team out to his restaurant. He has a restaurant in the building he lives in. A very, very expensive place called Per Se, probably one of the most expensive restaurants in the country. And so I was with Donna Ponte at the time, who we talked about the other night, maybe in the next one of the first female general managers. So we were driving to the city, and I said, Don, I said, they bring all the team over there. Does that affect the salary cap? And that was either they had no collective bargaining agreement, so it was kind of so it really didn't matter that year. But she said in most years, yeah, you would have to consider that part of the salary cap unless the whole team went. If you called it a team event and the whole team went, now if you invited 10 guys to come and they went, then that would go against the salary cap because it's not a team function, it's an individual function at that point. So there's a lot of little salary cap, but those are small numbers in the whole scope of salary cap. So they went up this year, they went up like 150 million or something, 180 something, but I mean it moved up another 10 to 15 million.
So what is the cap for a team? They're all the same?
All the same.
And what is it?
188 million a year. Yeah.
For total salary of the players of the 55
Every player. That's an injured reserve. That's in the practice.
So that ends up being how many?
56, 90.
90.
Well, you figure there's 53 guys in the roster. You got 10 more guys in the practice squad. That's 63, and you know 20 guys are gonna get hurt.
And so they blend that in. So 90 is capped at 180.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
That was a little reserve. That was a little reserve, and if someone gets hurt, middle of the season, you got to have another guy.
That's not a lot of money. That's like $2 million players. You got some guys making.
Well, but that's your, you know, that's how you have to balance. Yeah, that's how you got to figure it out.
And that went up 15 million over last year.
Yeah.
That's a hard cap, right? Hard cap?
It's a hard cap. Yeah. It's not like
Baseball.
it's not like the NBA. You can spend as much money you want in the NBA, but once you get over the salary cap, you got to start paying luxury tax. This is dollar for dollar. In other words, if you're 10 million over the salary cap, you're paying 10 million over the cap. Then you got to pay at least 10 million for being over the cap.
It's a good way for the league to make some money.
And so if you're if you're a cheap owner, you know if you're an owner with a lot of money and you feel like you have a chance to win, then you go all in, pay the luxury tax, and see what happens.
Buy your way to the
Buy your way to
champion.
top.
Buffalo's making 12 or 13.
Well, look at baseball. Look at the guy Barkley. $330 million.
League over 13 years. Well, no, look at Machado's $30 million a year, so there's another guy making 32.
330 million over how many years?
13.
Yeah. He plays one game, he gets all that money. It's all guaranteed.
And with football, I know you had a guaranteed contract. You got hurt. It's quarterback.
Most of the time, they're only guaranteeing signing bonus.
But no. Now you're starting to see more and more getting bigger percentages of their contracts. Because it used to be now they like especially quarterbacks, they give them like, if they sign a 3-year deal, they get the first 2 years guaranteed. Now, I think there's one of the guys signed this year a fully guaranteed contract, which is maybe one of the first ones, first fully
Do we
guaranteed.
ever have a guarantee? Because on our team, I don't think we had any guarantees.
Signing bonus. Let's see, for us, the guaranteed money was the signing bonus. Because
And
once
they
you sign
pay
the
that
contract,
right up front.
yeah, they pay that as soon as you sign the contract, boom, you got that check.
Is that, say your contract's a 2-year contract, $2 million, $100,000 signing bonus, so like 1 year you're making $900,000.
Everything counts against the cap.
Okay, but how's it pay? How's it pay for you? You get like 100,000.
So I'm gonna give you, I'm going back to when I signed, 1976. I got a $63,000 signing bonus, and my first year's salary was $36,000, okay? I got that check for $63,000 the day I signed my contract. I didn't start getting my salary until the regular season games began. So that's how it usually worked out.
Most of the time, the higher the contract, the lower the base salary. So if you get a $32 million signing bonus, chances are you're probably going to make $500,000.
Yeah.
But the other upfront money is yours no matter what.
Yeah.
But that upfront money does go against that,
No. So signing bonus goes this way. Let's say you sign a $100,000 signing bonus and you sign a 5-year contract. That signing bonus is spread out over the 5-year contract. So it's $25,000 a year.
they'll pay it up front, but
$20,000
it's
with the
cash over 5 years.
Is that dead money? Is that what you're talking about, dead money? Is that what you're talking about, dead money?
That's money that they receive.
So Sue got much money, you have it, just so I don't know the numbers.
Yeah, that's dead money. That's part of that.
We they still paying that against the cap.
Yeah, because it's money that counts against it. So it's the dead money against it.
So if you don't play your cap pretty wisely, it can really hurt you in future years.
Well, so Ryan's a good example. You look at salary cap, where the situation the Dolphins are in right now. If they keep him, they're going to pay him like $21 million. $23 million. Now, if they cut him, they don't have to pay him anything, but $9 million still goes against the salary cap. I don't know what that equation is. I don't know where they come with that number, but there's still going to be, there's nine, if he just walks away and is gone today, they're going to still have $9 million worth of his freight on the salary.
It's probably part of his guaranteed money.
Yeah.
So it's probably part of that guaranteed money. So when he's not here, it's already paid. So now he's not here, so it still counts.
No, it's already paid out. It's still spread out.
Spread out.
It's spread out.
So it's like a dog suit. It's just paying yes, but it's on the rate. Trying to buy a trade.
I tell you, the best story I've ever heard of that is,
I think it's kind of fascinating.
you remember that Bobby Bonilla? Bobby Bonilla played with the Mets.
Smart, yeah.
So Bobby Bonilla hasn't played now for probably
20-some years.
20 years, at least 15, at least 15. I just saw on his contract, he gets $1.5 million a year until like 2035, right?
Hey, so sign those words, say, delay payment. Yeah, that was smart.
Deferred.
Yeah, that was
Deferred
it.
payment. Yeah, that was the most, his agent.
That was a good contract.
Yeah, that's like a new 30, $1.5 million. I forget what the day is, but there's a day every year that gets paid like $1.5 million. I think at the New York they call it Bobby Bonilla Day.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, he'll probably be dead before his last check.
Goes on the family, goes into the estate.
I know, I saw they were trading Robert Quinn.
Yeah.
I don't know if it happened or not, but there's talk about that.
Yeah, you know what, well, you know what, he's a good pass rusher, but he's a liability, big liability in this one. And he's an undisciplined guy.
Just doesn't,
Supposed
pull
to
his
be,
gap.
he's supposed to be a contained guy, and he
Yeah.
spins inside, and, here goes the quarterback running down the
Makes people look better real fast.
Trade him, if he has a signing bonus, we're still responsible for, there'll be some dead money from him against the cap.
Well, Olivier Vernon just got traded.
Yeah,
He
that's,
just signed a big contract when he went to New York. He's got a couple years left in his contract. By them trading him, this team now is responsible for all his money.
So the Browns are
The
responsible.
Browns now are responsible for it.
Okay.
His contract just shifts over to the Browns.
Okay.
All stays the same, he doesn't lose any money, that contract's still alive, but they've got to pay it.
So the Giants save whatever he was getting
John,
paid
yes,
for.
yes.
So if you cut a player, you're stuck with it.
Then you
trade a player.
You trade him, no,
Yeah.
because you trade him in the
Contract goes
contract.
with the
But
player.
what's that lineman get? So that's, they're trading Olivia Vernon's contract, the lineman's contract, so they're the
They
same.
just swap.
No, they just
swap ways.
Olivia's contract goes to
Yeah,
the
the
Jim,
Browns.
and their another guy's contract goes to the Browns.
But they had to figure that into the salary cap.
Yeah, it's all, whatever goes in each team, that's
So
salary.
who works on the salary cap?
They have a guy, they have a guy,
They call them.
each team has a person that's their capologist, that's what they do, they manage.
I thought it was a mixologist. That's this guy.
Now with the medical marijuana coming out, they've got budologists. My friend's one in California, he's a bud, I go, what do you do? I'm a budologist. What's that? I mix buds.
Cowboys guy retired because of that. You know, Cowboys guy, they say he's not gonna play anymore because he got suspended. He wants
Yeah.
What about the new rule about tackling the quarterbacks and or Dolphin at the beginning of the season got hurt because he jumped
William
down?
Hayes, yeah.
And the way he did it,
Well-
he just ripped his leg up or something to hurt the quarterback.
Are you asking about my thoughts or our thoughts about rules of the
Yeah,
game these
about that one
days?
especially,
About
that
contact?
you're not allowed to hit him no
There's
more.
a rule where they try to protect the quarterback, where you tackle him, you can't land on him.
Right.
Well, you certainly can't drive them to the
can't
ground.
call- and they
But now
consider
they're
that-
saying you can't.
So his deal was that when he was going down, he knew he had it, but he tried to slide off of him, and when he did, so
He fell awkward.
Do you
he
guys
felt
try-
awkward, blew his knee out, and he was done from there.
You
Well, I
guys
think
try
we
and
can,
hurt each
we can
other?
all say this.
You're mad.
It may be a due day where players have to think a little bit more, but I would have a very hard time, the way I think we all play, to be able to think like that in the midst of the game. Now, I'm not saying that can't adapt, people can't adapt to that, but boy, I think we all were, we became different people on the field. And I think you survived. I don't know how they survived. I would not have survived if I had to think like a counterintuitive thought on the field. I
It
would have
was a
survived.
shame when he went after the quarterback. He didn't want to hurt him, so he falls awkwardly. Meanwhile, he let the quarterback go. He gets
Oh,
away the quarterback.
let me correct you. He didn't care about hurting him, he didn't want to get a penalty.
You know what I don't know.
Excuse me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that's the reality. And so he's trying not to get the penalty, and it's in doing so, and
I
his.
think with the game itself, if Dan Marino played in this environment,
Kill him.
it would be a totally different game. Don't you
Go
think,
for
Bill?
100,000 yards.
Yeah.
You give Marino, Dupe and Clayton, Nat, Jimmy Cephalo, and those tight ends that we had, and Tony Nathan, and Dan would have thrown for $20,000, 20,000 yards. No one's jammed anyone.
I mean, Bruce Smith had a free day on him if he could. You know what I'm saying? You know, Dan got rid of that ball a lot faster because of that threat. If he didn't have that threat,
Well, it changed. So the defense has changed.
Yeah.
Because they went from 3-4 to 4.
Right.
Yeah, but the ability, but now the outside linebacker's responsibility is changing. Because typically the outside linebacker will reroute the tight end. Now the outside linebacker, the pass, that was it, 3-4. Yeah, for my first 5 years, I was an outside linebacker. And so my first year with Arnsberger, who was very adamant about that. My job was to think for reroute. So if you try to take him inside, we drive him over the center. Yeah, drive him down to the block. As long as you can, because as long as he's not in there, you can get your going outside. Yeah. Now I watch these guys. They're free release. Because now the outside linebacker, they don't talk about the big Gronkowski, and I think he's a great player. And me too. But goddamn, have someone. I've never seen a guy ever stand in front of him and make it hard for him to run down the field. I think they've been afraid to put their hands on, and the people who are successful at rerouting, you know what I'm saying?
I've asked every defensive coordinator that the Dolphins have had since
since I started covering the team, and that's been 20 years. And I asked them, what you guys do outside here? Jam fun. And they all tell me the same thing. No, look, these guys are more athletic. They're more athletic than when you play. They're more athletic when I play. And I go, yeah, okay. Russ Francis,
very
Casper, Raymond Chester. Yeah, Kellen Winslow. So, okay, so they're more athletic than those guys. Okay, I'll give you that. They're more athletic than those guys. But the tight ends are more athletic than the ones I played against, and the linebackers should be more athletic than I am too, so there should be an equivalency there, right? They just don't know how, I just don't think they, I think they don't think they give a damn.
Well,
They're employed more to get to the quarterback. Yes. Like everybody,
Every
every
pass rusher just says, we get to the quarterback. We get to the quarterback, it doesn't matter.
I think
You get to the
we'll see it
quarterback?
this year. Yeah, you don't see it this year. You don't see a lot of jamming. That's
I think we're
they
covering
do
the tight
it.
end.
New England do
New
it all
England
the
does,
time.
because they know the value of it.
Exactly.
Value.
I think we'll cover the tight end though.
Yeah,
I think we've been one of the worst teams.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Covering the tight end.
We're one of the worst tight end teams in the league on both sides. You know, offensive tight ends and defending tight ends, we've been horrible for about a decade and a half.
Another comment, the hands, or the defense, penalties that are sometimes frivolous, but the defensive backs aren't allowed to do, are they? To really jam you much after the initial jam. It used to be in our day, you could jam them 5 yards, but as long as you hold it on the limit, you can jam them all the way down the field, as long as you didn't lose contact.
Well, no, when we started, it was in effect. Jam 5 yards and you couldn't jam it. Nobody respected that and they didn't call it. I mean, they kept their hands on you the whole way down the field. And it makes a difference. It makes a big difference when you got a route that you're calling, you got a play that you're calling, and the guy jammed you on the line. And when the quarterback steps back, it makes that's a totally different defense. And the route is just like squash.
Because it's a time. If it's a timing route, it's over.
You can forget it. You gotta go somewhere else with it.
But now, if you watch penalties of receivers and defensive backs now, they're calling these penalties. You know, Duke's a receiver run down. I'm the DB, and I'm kind of like this. I'm on this. I got my hand here. You know, if the offensive guy has his hand here, they never call that. If I'm the defensive guy and I've got my hand here, they're going to call it.
Yeah.
And that's a petty. That's chicken fighting. That's just running down the field trying to keep your ground, right?
His hockey is just like the sticks jamming.
Oh, I'm playing receiver now. So I think it's better.
Yeah.
It is. Out because I see a lot of plays that it's like, whoa, I can't be.
And you don't have linebackers headhunting. I mean, when I was a linebacker, I would be in the back looking for a crossing route, and if that quarterback got out of the zone, got out of the pocket, I could nail that guy before the ball was ever thrown. These are those running, those receivers are looking two ways.
Hit it any way you want.
Oh, yeah, you had to look at it. Like
We had the two Blackwood brothers.
Oh, yeah, right.
Glenn and Lyle. Glenn was about 175 pounds. Lyle wasn't much bigger, but I tell you, you came in the middle of that field, no.
now you couldn't play that.
No, he couldn't play that way.
Right.
And not illegal, not spearing people. We didn't spear, but just, I mean,
But you could hit
it was
him.
a hard hit.
Yes, I got shit out of
When I first came
Elbows I got in my chest.
76, playing linebacker, you could hit a receiver anywhere on the field as long as the ball was in the air. As long as the ball was in the air, you could do whatever you, I mean, I remember guys crossing the field and just clothesline as they're going across, right across the neck.
Nothing they can do, no?
Nothing, no call.
Definitely times changed, and we all have to adapt. The game has to adapt to it, but some of the things, honestly, I think that they've gone too far, and they're trying to do it to save the game. I understand that. My sister doesn't want her kid to go. He's a great athlete. He's not going to be playing football. He's playing baseball. That's happening across the nation right now. So the team's got to find ways of getting moms to
question. Would you guys want your kids to play?
So mine actually play, I mean, I still have one left that plays at Michigan. He had his 4th knee surgery last year, same knee. But you know what? 3 of them were in basketball in high school. So, I mean, and he wants to do it. So, I love when my kid wants to do anything. And has the desire to do it, I'll encourage him to do that. So he does play that.
I think they've done a lot to make the game safer. I think last year they changed the kickoff rule, right? Which now the kids they're completely different. It's almost the equivalent of a punt. The way they run down. You don't have guys running down the field being blindsided and crisscross blocks, and you don't have a wedge back there. You know, and now the guys in the back they've got to run back, then turn around and come back and block. So they said after that this year, I saw a study this year, concussions went down 29% on kickoff because in 1 year with that rule change. So they're making strides to make the game safer, and it's all going to filter down to the youth leagues. Because I can see in the youth leagues now they're not teaching tackling the same way they're teaching running and tackling. They're doing a lot of different things. So I think the game in the last 5 years has gotten safer and safer. But look, you have big guys running around at high rates of speed, small, in a confined environment. Guys are going to get hurt.
And it's also going to open up an opportunity for competing leagues to come in here, which is the free market, right? If people want to play and they get players who do that. I mean, boxing and car racing are still very popular, and the reason why is because of crashes and knockouts. So.
What I think has changed is communication.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Or have more.
So I think we teach the way that we've been taught. And that's how most of those coaches are teaching their kids. So we've got to change the mindset of those coaches, number one. Because if they're winning, they're not going to change. But I think the thing about concussions is sitting kids out, and that's the same thing with the NFL. Like if you don't know, then the best thing to do is sit those kids out, because the chances of that kid sustaining another concussion would be 10 times worse because it's the first one that's healed. So putting those guidelines in, not only in high school but in youth has been a major change. And now, I know what we do. We pay for all baseline testing, like my department. We pay for all baseline testing, all complex sports in Dayton County. So all complex sports. And then we're trying to pay for, do the same thing in Broward and then also in Palm Beach. We're aware of the attack that's on the way.
You know what they do about baseline tests? So they'll give you a test, right? Like they'll give players a test. It'll be simple questions. Right? I don't know how many questions on baseline tests they do. 15, 20? So you have a concussion, you go down with you suspect you have a concussion. They'll take you through the baseline questions again. They'll match them against the one you took before you were injured. So depending on where you are, right? Depending on how you answer and how you compare to that original baseline questioning is going to determine when you get back and get a chance to play again, which to me is pretty good.
Like most of the time, if your kid sustains a concussion on Sunday, he probably is out a week. Because originally, like if he's on his track, the first day of contact, like full contact, can't be a game. So ultimately, your kid will be out all week.
Oh, they're bad.
He'll be out for almost 2 weeks. If he sustains a concussion on Saturday, chances are you're not going to be able to get into Monday. And then by the time you go through the protocol, if his first day back is that next Saturday, it's not full participation, like it's not full contact or a game. So it'll probably be that Monday, then he has to go through another week of practice.
And is that just where you're at? Is that supposed to be all over the country?
No, that's all over the country. I mean, at the end of the day, it's really, so say a kid sustains a concussion and he's going through the protocol, and at stage 3, he actually starts to have visible symptoms, and you have to send him back to the doctor. He gets reassessed, but then he starts back at the stage where the symptoms are weak. And if it starts back at stage 3, it still can't be full contact, full participation when it comes back. So chances are the kid's gonna be out 2 weeks.
And are other sports going to do something like that? Because I've seen
Hockey's already doing baseline testing. Basketball, we don't see it as much, but football, hockey, they're all starting to get on the same page. Because really, truly, like the highest sport, concussions is the same.
We saw it.
But that's not reported.
Those are things that can go back and affect you many years later. He has a friend right now that was just diagnosed with, his brain is just deteriorating. And it's from so many concussions when he played ball as a younger person, and he's Dell syndrome. And it just,
So here's an opinion I have. Again, people get hurt. Life has challenges. People got to get up. And there's a quote. That football was almost annexed in the early 1900s when they were playing in the Ivy League. And there was a big controversy because of concussion. And if it wasn't for Teddy Roosevelt to come up and just fight for the kind of the rigor of the sport, I think we would have had a short end of the sport. People get hurt, but my son got hurt in basketball. What are we going to do? Cancel basketball? It's sports. It's part of life is getting back up. So hit the line hard. I put that on a lot of the autographs that I signed because there's a quote from Teddy Roosevelt. It goes like this. I grew up. It said, "Hit the line hard. Don't foul. Don't shirk. Hit the line hard." And the key to that is simple. People try in life, and what happened? They get hurt, they start cheating, they start finding shortcuts, right? And very few of them get back up and hit the line hard again. And that's kind of the key to life is like, get over it. Keep going. It's not easy. Get back up and do something excellent again. And so there's a big part of me that thinks that the NFL got to be careful. Because you're going back to what happened in the 1900s, and if you dilute the game too much, you're going to miss the potency of the game. And the potency of the game is it's a tough game. Don't take it out of it. So, I mean, I'm sure I get a little excited about that, but I mean, I hear so much of it, and I understand.
But see, the thing is, where I think the NFL fails is that they fail to report the changes that they make and the reductions of.
You know why? I kind of think they don't. I kind of think the injuries haven't gotten less because they're less prepared for the game. The game is still a high-intensity game, and now you're starting to see bad tackling. You're starting to see shoulders.
But if you say, but for me, if I see that I made a change, like in concussions are down 29%, why would I not report it?
I agree. Well, that is reported because they do.
I'm just saying it's not out there.
But everybody, they should
be out front. Yes,
they should report. They should trumpet.
Yeah.
Hey, this is what we did. This is what we did. This is what we did.
Well, I'd like to see that because I haven't seen that across the board. 2008 there were this many injuries. 2018 there were this many injuries. That would be pretty interesting to see how those injuries have changed. Not sure why they haven't.
I would think if you look over the last 5 years, to me, because the last 5 years, it's really become the forefront.
Yeah.
And I think they've made changes over the last 5 or 6 years And I think if you look at those numbers, I think every number will have gone down significantly, but I'm like, well, why don't they send that out?
Send it out and put it out there, take
You know
credit
they're
for it,
watching it.
because at the end of the day, if you're
My
trying to
bet
save
is
the
it's
game.
not saving injuries. My bet is it's not saving injuries.
Well, it may not be safe, because they don't, like on the kickoffs, they didn't say injuries are down 29%. They said concussions are down 29%. Knees may be up 30%, I don't know.
Yeah.
But still, concussions is killing the game.
Yeah, and I totally get, I love the concussion protocol and the baselines. Those are awesome. I wish we had them.
You wouldn't have played.
Well, I don't know. I can't remember.
No, but I'll tell you what, but I'll tell you
I
what
would have played
happened.
about 5 games. Because I had concussion at damn near every game.
But the bottom line,
Hey, dude, what they do, they broke that little ammonia right
Stick ammonia cap under your nose, you're good to go.
Yeah, it's broke that and next thing you
there.
know, you get out.
Hey, I got
you
one
go
of them.
back in.